Hello, Stephan. Thank you for your video letter. I'd love to discuss the trio from Così a little bit because it is both beautiful and scary at the same time, which is a very fascinating fact that perhaps some audience members may not know. And we have a very different experience within our characters within the opera at that moment because of your more narrative perspective, and we're coming from heightened drama. Our fiancés have just said they're leaving, goodbye, we're going now. Everything's at such a height. So really, for me, who I really like to get into the drama a bit on stage, which I have to balance, otherwise you can get too carried away. Your breath and the height of this, the stakes are really high, so you have to keep that that pull, that invisible string with the tension of emotion with the audience. But you also, at the same time, if that's on one shoulder, on the other shoulder you have to go and really bring yourself down, because this is really, I think, the first really delicately sustained piano long phrase moment, I think, of Fiordiligis and Dorabella. And so that, and the fact that, as you said, it sits right in the passaggio most of the time, makes it really, really hard. But because of that, that emotional tension that is balanced with the bringing down feeling and the passaggio thing, those elements where the voice sits in the passaggio, that means that you can find that really nice sweet spot. And only the best composers know how to find that. And I think that's why it's one of the most beautiful moments and one of the most famous moments in the opera, is because you just hit this place, you find that groove, and as soon as you're in there, you're working so mad, kind of like a swan on the water. Everything looks calm and delicate, and underneath you're pedaling like crazy. But because of that desire as well to make it so streamlined and beautiful, it's such a pleasure to sing, and there's a heat of the moment, the power of now kind of thing that takes over you, and all three of you end up finding it at the same time, and it can be this really enjoyable experience that is ever so slightly different each night. So it is both very, very scary and a really exciting, really fulfilling bit to sing, I find. What else was I going to say? The other thing is, the difference with all of those elements that you find in a rehearsal room compared to on a stage with an orchestra in a different acoustic. And with English touring opera, we go to different theatres, the acoustic changes. That's another real challenge, but another balanced with very exciting thing to find, and again can be very fulfilling, and you get some really special moments that are really are created in the heat of a live performance, something that you can't always get on a perfectly edited recording. So I think all of those elements is what make it such a beautiful and famous moment for audience members, and a pleasure to sing. And I'd love to know what Martha and Joe think about it, because I'm sure their experiences are both similar and different at the same time. And let's continue our trio Così video letter. Mwah!